What's up, everybody? Welcome to the WWE After Dark Show. My name is Luis Gonzales, and I am your host for the week for the After Dark Show. This week, we are going to talk about Clash in Paris. That's right, Clash in Paris. It's coming out this Sunday, August 31st, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific in, guess where? Paris, France. We're going to do what we usually do, right? We're going to do our betting odds. We're going to go over through the cards, say who's going to win, not who I think is going to win, but what the betting community is going to think. What are the odds of them winning? Things like that. So we're going to do our Wednesday before PLE episode. And I'm also, before we get into all of that, I wanted to say that I am jumping into a new WWE type content, something I didn't even think I was going to, something I didn't want to. Okay. There's so much being thrown at us. It's like, can I take a little second to breathe? I love it, but it's a lot. And the thing that I got myself into isn't something I was interested in the first place. Really, what got me is what gets other people. Instagram Reels, TikTok Shorts, and YouTube Shorts and TikToks. Okay. Having those little clips can do wonders, because I have seen so many TikToks, Reels, and Shorts covering Cody Rhode's What Do You Want to Talk About podcast. And every time I come upon that podcast, it is kind of funny. It's kind of funny. And Cody seems pretty drunk. Not like wasted drunk, but he is loose. He is having a good time. And after a while, I'm just like, okay, this looks kind of funny. It looks kind of entertaining. He seems kind of silly. You know me, I'm here for all the silliness. So after just being bombarded by Reels and TikToks all this time, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a chance. I was just in a place where I was out of content to watch or to listen to, and I said, okay, let me just watch an episode. What was the first? Oh, it was very late at night. I was about to go to bed, or I was doing something, and I just wanted to put something on, and it was him and Becky Lynch. And I mean, it was very entertaining. I've already watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've watched Becky Lynch, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and now I'm watching the one with his wife. And it's silly. I like it. Cody Rhodes is a different character than he is in person, and in his in the ring. Yeah, I find him to be way more likable, silly, and he seems to be a kind of character who just comes up with random stories that other people have to correct him. But there was a great quote that Becky. Well, it's funny. Cody Rhodes is reading off of a book from Becky Lynch's book, right? So it's not from the podcast, but it's from Becky Lynch's book that was read on the podcast. And you know me, I love quotes, and wrestlers give out good quotes. I didn't realize I would be the quote man. But the quote this week is, trying too hard is just a confession that you don't trust yourself to be good enough. Trying too hard is just a confession that you don't trust yourself to be good enough. Late at night, 12:30 in the morning, I was like, damn, this hits me. I get it. Because sometimes you overexert yourself, you overtry, and you do that. Well, for me, I mean, listen, everybody's different, right? But when I do something like that, it's because I'm insecure, or I don't think I'm good enough, or I'm not capable of doing it. And so it's like, let me try to make this as perfect. Let me try too hard. Let me overwork myself. Let me make sure this is perfect. And when you do that, it is a confession that I don't trust myself, because I don't. I'm overdoing it because I'm insecure. I'm overdoing it because I'm not capable, or I feel like I'm not capable. And something about that quote was just it hit me. Trying too hard is just a confession that you don't trust yourself to be good enough. And so it's just like, what do? You just got to trust yourself. Trust yourself that you can do it, that you're able to do it. And that's something that I talk about in the podcast, is like, when you go in that ring, you need to know that you are top shit, that you are the best, and that you are awesome, and that you don't potentially need to try too hard. You don't need to be disingenuous about it, but just really trust yourself that you're capable, and whatever happens, and, we're all human and things like that. And okay, now we're getting real in this podcast. And what's really funny is, yes, Cody Rhodes' podcast is silly, but it also gets pretty real. As you can see right now, as I'm starting to get real about this quote myself. It's really, I find it to be entertaining. You get insight. What am I trying to say here? You get insight into the mindset of some of these wrestlers who, a little bit into their soul. And it's nice. I think it's nice to always see what it takes for people to get where they need to go, or to, have a dream and to achieve it. What they do to get that. And all while having a drink. And everyone on there gets pretty comfortable, which is nice and fun and entertaining. So, what do you want to talk about? I say just start off with a wrestler that you like, and then go down that rabbit hole. It seems like Cody had these older episodes of What Do You Want to Talk About, and then they got rebooted with Fanatics, and now we have these new kind of episodes. But the man is heavily sponsored by Wheatley vodka in all of his life. And you know what? After watching like hours of this podcast, maybe advertisement works, because now I'm like, maybe I should try some Wheatley vodka. And it's so absurd about the promotion too. It's so absurd. I did some Googling and I was like, okay, how really good is Wheatley vodka? And apparently it's not garbage. So you know what? Life's short. Why not try it? And whatever. Speaking of like spending money and on advertisement and stuff, I know people are still complaining about this whole ESPN Peacock, like the move to ESPN and stuff like that. To be honest, guys, I mean, and I know everybody's different. It actually works out pretty good for me, because I already pay for like live TV subscription in general. And I know that's like a very old thing to do, but I do it because it's like my wife likes it. And she sometimes when she wants to have lunch, she just wants to put something on without even trying to think. Sometimes you get caught in the Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Disney Plus search where you're just like, what am I going to watch? What am I going to watch? What am I going to watch? You just want to put on something real quick. You don't want to overcommit to something, right? You just want to put something in the background. It's a high cost to do that, I guess, to do that. But we have that. It's also great for, I do watch sports and football and things like that. And, there are live events, whether it's sports or the Academy Awards, or I don't know. There are some things that happen on live events still, right? So because of that, and what's also great about it is I can record a lot of episodes that show up on live TV. For example, like LFG. For example, like SmackDown. All of that stuff I can just record, and it will be up and ready for me, readily available, the full thing, which is nice. So, which is also nice about having a live TV subscription is I'm in the West Coast, and having a live TV subscription allows me to download the USA Network app and use my live TV login, which is Hulu Live TV Plus. I use my Hulu Live TV Plus login to log into USA Network, and I get access to the East Coast showing of SmackDown, because SmackDown is what? We're in a West Coast delay, basically. So by the time SmackDown shows up in the West Coast in LA, it's already over. Like, there's already been spoilers on the internet. And the times where I can sneak it in, or I have a slow Friday, I can or I'm stuck in traffic, I can log into the USA Network and watch SmackDown at 5 p.m. with the rest of the world, which is great. So there are some benefits to this live TV subscription that I have. All that to say is this. If you have a live TV subscription, you can get the ESPN Plus app for, like, you get access for free. So all of the new PLEs and all that stuff, I'm just going to be getting that automatically with what I've already been paying. Peacock, to be honest, right now is pretty, like, for my life, unnecessary now. The old Raw is not on there. That's mainly what I used it for. Yeah, there are older PLEs. I think they're still making the move to Netflix. A lot of PLEs I could see on YouTube. They have those fights. If I wanted to watch a lot of PLEs, sure, Peacock is great. But for where I am right now, I'm getting Netflix on Raw on Netflix, which I already pay for. I'm getting SmackDown through my live TV that I'm recording. And I'll get ESPN through my live TV that I'm recording. So really all I need to do is pay for two things, which is my live TV and my Netflix. Live TV is a little expensive, mind you, yes. But I feel like I'm getting a good bang for my buck now. And Peacock was about to raise their price from like, for me, the $14.99 to $17.99 or something, because I'll tell you what, I don't like ads. And so I pay for the ad-free tier. I imagine the ad tier is a lot cheaper. But they are raising their prices, and they're raising their price just in time for when WWE was moving to ESPN. So I canceled my Peacock subscription. It's still valid for like 2 more weeks. So I'll be able to watch Clash in Paris still on Peacock, but that'll be my last one. And for me, it's fine. Like I said, I'm going to actually save money now that it's not on Peacock. But I imagine if you don't have live TV and you have 2 subscriptions, when it was just all on Peacock, yeah, that kicked ass. And yes, I don't know. I talked about this last week already about WWE and everyone feeling like them being greedy and such. But here's another thing too, is like ESPN and owned by Disney. They also need eyeballs and desperate. They're like, please, we are the streaming bubble has burst. The economy is bad. We need eyeballs. And the best way to get eyeballs is through live events. Football, sports, and all that stuff is king right now because you get money from advertisers. You get more money from advertisers. And so here's an opportunity for them for ESPN and the Disney to get more money with advertisers with live events, because subscribers don't typically pay as much as an advertiser do. If Netflix would love for you not to pay the ad tier, they would love for you to pay. They would love for you not to pay the ad free tier. They would love for you to get the ad tier so that they can get more eyeballs on that, so they can charge advertisers more. I mean, you can get thousands and millions of dollars just on ads, while they get $17.99 a month from us. So business is business. Business be businessing. I know, guys. It is growing pains right now. Totally. We're in a weird place with all this entertainment. We're going back to this like cable. Everything is just expensive again, and it sucks. And you got to find a way to make it happen. I understand. If that's going to be jumping on the old pirate ship, then do what you got to do. I'm too old now to be doing that. I have an OLED TV. I wanted to have a little bit of good quality on my end. We talked about this last week. Why am I talking about this? All right. I went down a rabbit hole. I'm just giving you a little perspective on my end here. And, we're not all the same. You do what you got to do, guys, to get it done. Watch your sports. Let's talk about Clash in Paris. All right. That's what you came here for. Actually, you didn't come here for that at all. You just tuned in, right? But that's what I promised at the beginning of the podcast. So let's get to it. We're talking about things that we didn't ask for, right? Like WWE going to ESPN. Well, let's talk about something else that we didn't ask for. A four-way match for the championship, including Jey Uso. Okay. So we have the World Heavyweight Championship match, title defense, fatal 4-way. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Jey Uso, LA Knight. And remember, the more negative, lower numbers, the better the chance you have of winning. So Seth Rollins has negative 800, better chance to win. CM Punk at plus 400, Jey Uso at plus 425, and LA Knight at plus 700. Are you telling me that Jey Uso has a better chance of winning than LA Knight? What the fuck? Sorry. I'm an LA Knight fan, so it's just like, this whole situation is difficult because he's not going to win. You got CM Punk in front of him. You got Seth Rollins here. LA Knight moved to Raw, and I'm so glad they did, but because he didn't have to deal with the John Cena and then the Cody Rhodes of it all. Like, oh, okay, now he has a chance to get to the belt. Now we got this situation going on. I don't want LA Knight to get pinned. Please. I think LA Knight's more entertaining to me than we have a Jey Uso. Okay. Well, let's move on. Okay. Let's see. We have. Oh, okay. Are these all the odds left? I know. Okay. So I'm recording on a Tuesday. So maybe this hasn't updated yet. Okay. Here we go. We have. Okay. So here we go. This is from Oddspedia, another site. We have Seth Rollins at negative 3,000. Whoa, bigger difference. LA Knight plus 600, CM Punk plus 800, Jey Uso plus 900. Now that's what I'm talking about. LA Knight with the better chance of winning. Jey Uso with the lower chance of winning. So look at this. I can't even trust the betting odds here. This is from Oddspedia. The other one was from 411 Mania. Let me look at another website just in case. Clash in Paris. Where is Clash in Paris? Okay. Seth Rollins. Here we go. We got some more odds here. This one's looking the same. Seth Rollins minus 3,000, LA Knight, then CM Punk, then Jey Uso. Okay. We're looking good here. I like this. All right, that's way better. Okay, so then, Seth Rollins feels like he's going to win. Obviously, I just don't want LA Knight to get pinned. Cena versus Paul. John Cena definitely going to win, minus 1,600. Logan Paul at plus 600. What can we say about that? Reigns versus Reed. I wish this was a battle for the Shula Fala. I don't know why that isn't on there. It's so funny. Why not? Like, you already had the battle for the Ula Fala. Why aren't we doing the battle for the Shula Fala? But either way, Roman Reigns wins at minus 650. Bronson Reed plus 375. And I could see a world, though, of him losing because of Braun Breaker getting involved, him getting jumped, and Bronson Reed winning unfairly. I can really see that happening. Okay, the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. This one's pretty close. This is Rusev versus Sheamus, with Rusev winning at minus 165 and Sheamus at plus 120. Very close. And then another close one that actually hasn't even been confirmed. The WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship with Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. That one is TBC. So, to be confirmed. What about these other websites? What do they say? Rusev, Sheamus, Worlds Collide. Nothing. Oh, okay. No. On this website, bet.us, it has Becky Lynch at minus 240 and Nikki Bella at plus 160. I mean, right? Nikki Bella's going to lose, right? But then where does it take her next? We don't know. And then Worlds Collide. Right now it has Dominic Mysterio winning. Whoa! This happens on September 12th, but it's on the website. Dominic Mysterio winning at minus 300. Vikingo at plus 200. As you know, we talked about in the last podcast in AAA Mania when I reviewed it. The AAA crowd does not like Vikingo right now. Even though he's babyface, they boo him so hard. And Mysterio they really like. So funny enough, this could actually work out for, I guess, the AAA Mania crowd. Great. That's all. That's Clash in Paris. It's so funny. We had like SummerSlam and it was like 12 matches and it feels so short now when it's just 5. But yeah, that's what matches are, right? They're supposed to be 5. Okay. Well, I guess that closes this week's episode. I'm clicking other ones just to see if there's any differences to some of these. No. All right, we're gonna keep it at that. But thank you guys for listening to the WWE After Dark, the show where you can just put it on and do something else. We appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing to Patreon. Thank you for listening to other episodes that we have coming out. Obviously, this is PLE weekend. We're going to have a lot of episodes, the preview show, the reaction show, the show 2, Clash in Paris. And I hope you all continue enjoying the early screenings of Raw and SmackDown, where we don't have to wait till the evening, which is nice. Next week, I'm still watching LFG, and not much progress from there, I suppose. And once that gets closer, I'll mention some more things, but I'll also maybe keep watching What Do You Want to Talk About? You know what? Maybe I'll get some Wheatley vodka and talk about that next week. And maybe this episode will be sponsored by Wheatley itself. All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. Tune in next week. And then, obviously, I have my other podcast called Punch Drunk Nerd. Last week, we reviewed... What did we review? We reviewed Weapons, that horror movie. That's on there. We also reviewed other stuff that I completely forgot that we did. Alien Earth. We also... And then this week is going to be a very light week. We don't really have anything that we're going to review. It's just kind of like hanging out, having fun. But we have new episodes every Friday, available everywhere. And until then, it's been me, Luis Gonzales. Until next time, see ya.